been a long ass motherfucking time since we've had a chaotic ghoul stream. Let's just post up and see how everyone does today. We're just gonna kind of screwing. Oh, orientation is locked. Rotate device back. No, the screen's good where it is. Wait, what? Orientation is locked. Why is the orientation locked? That's fucking stupid. Wow, that's dumb. I guess we're gonna have to do it like this. Screen orientation is locked. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? It's me, the one and the only chaotic ghoul. It's been a while since we've done a big stream video or anything related to a big stream of sorts or a stream of sorts. Currently, we're out here in the beautiful desert recording. You can only see the light greenery at my back here. Yeah, it's a beautiful day so far out here in the desert. It usually gets to be a fucking crispy, burn your toes off, melt your face, like 113 degrees. Currently, it's a cool 106, you know? So it's nowhere near as bad as it usually is out here. You know, just wanted to kind of do some short stream where I just kind of talk at y'all for however long, see what's been up with the community. Not that I really have much of one to go back to. Yeah, it's been a really long time. It's been a long time since I uploaded regularly. I know at one point, a very long while ago at this point, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, perhaps even 5, I did a video talking about like excuses for why I've been gone. And it's not really necessarily excuses. I hate that kind of wording, you know, saying that people have to make an excuse for their absence, you know, like, motherfucker, life happens to people. Me, you, anyone who you may not like even, you know, like, everyone has just shit happen to them. That's just life. Life is just shit going on 24 motherfucking 7, and you can't really do too much about it. And, you know, getting a bit off topic, but I think life would be a lot better if people were more understanding of that. But what I was gonna say is, you know, life's been really fucking crazy for me the last couple of years. I was estranged from my family for a while. I was in and out of mental health treatment. I don't have quite as many friends as I had a couple of years ago. Not that I mind too many of them. A couple of them I'm like, well, you know, you could have done some things better, been a better guy. But other ones, it's just the case of some people being really fucking shitty and really fucking stupid and selfish, entitled, things to that denotation. Let's see here. I'm sorry. Let me just peek over here. Can't really tell when there is a chatter, so let me just pull that up. Where's the chat? Hide live video, mute, flip. No, I'm trying to see the chat. I haven't done this in a long time, so I hope you all forgive me. But yeah. I do not see anything where I can access the chat itself. Well, boy, is it hot out here. It's starting to get to me. I'm starting to feel it. But, yeah, it's a really, 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 really long story of how I got into a relationship at the start of my channel when things started blowing up, when I had around 7,000 subscribers, pushing 8,000, even pushing 9,000 at one point, I believe. And, yeah, I got really depressed because I was in a relationship with someone who, frankly, did not give a single flying fuck about me or anything but herself. Normally, I wouldn't say you should tell people, like, share anyone's personal information online or anything, but it was a girl named Brittany, and she just fucking ruined my life, man. She sexually assaulted me in fucking public. Like, she kept grabbing my dick in public when I was like, yeah, can you not fucking grab my cock while we're out at a fucking Walmart? And she kept doing that, so there's that. Cheated on me, I don't even know how many fucking times. Like, genuinely lost count. And kind of put up with it because I had like that young, um, happy-go-lucky wannabe anime protagonist mindset of I can change anything and I can fix anything if I just try, and if I just put my whole heart into it, I'll be able to do something good for another person. Yeah, fuck that, man. No, that's not how that went at all. I actually, another thing, because it's gonna happen sporadically throughout videos of mine, is got me addicted to nicotine. You know, I didn't smoke cigarettes before that. I actually fucking hated cigarettes because my parents were both smokers, and yeah, I started smoking cigarettes because of how much she just fucking stressed me out and made me want to fucking kill myself. And then eventually I was like, oh man, can't be doing cigarettes anymore. Those will kill you. Got to switch to the vape. So now I'm addicted to that, even worse than I was to cigarettes. I'd honestly say. Taking a brief aside, just to say, if you ever get offered anything nicotine based, whether it's a vape or a cigarette, you just should definitely say no, because it's addictive as fuck, and I don't even like doing this. I need to pay for this, or I get fucking anxious and antsy and angry as fuck. And yeah, I don't like having to do that. I could have easily fucking, man, how much is it monthly? I could have an extra like $80 to $100 in my fucking pocket every month if I just didn't do this. If I could just stop doing this, but I can't because I'm addicted as shit. Trying to cut cold turkey hasn't worked. Trying to wean hasn't worked, so I'm just kind of taking it day by day and hoping for the best. But yeah, crazy, crazy shit happens. And then after that absolute train wreck of a relationship, I got into another relationship with an absolutely wonderful girl, and because I was not healed and didn't take the proper time to think things through, assess. What is it? We have 2 viewers. Hi there. How's it going? I appreciate you coming in. I see you guys. Anyway, where I was with that, I yeah, had a lot of really fucked up shit happen over the last couple of years. Got into a second relationship after that first one with a really, 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 really nice girl who, you know, deserved a lot better than me, especially at that moment, and who just was, for most, by most accounts, a very great person who just completes me, you know, who always looked out for when I was getting stressed out, because I do get stressed out very easily, who would give me space when I was being an asshole and fiending off of not having this, when I was emotionally overwhelmed by work and life and every intersection in between. And I fucked that up by being a really shitty partner at the time. I was just a very, very poor partner, not someone anyone would want to have. I was fucking yelling all the time. I was fucking taking my anger out on her. I was saying really, really awful things to her. But I ultimately ended up cheating on her and doing something really fucking stupid and just like parroting the abuse I got from my relationship prior. And then in between both of these relationships, I made small uploads and small attempts to come back, and I never truly found the passion within myself again, I think. I don't think I ever really truly found that passion that I had initially when I started, where I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make videos and we're gonna have a really fun time, and we're gonna just go balls to the wall and do whatever we want, and try and bring a smile to people's faces and have them laugh at me and with me even. I don't really care whether it's with or at me, as long as they're laughing, you know. But I lost that along the way, and then I think I only recently found it again because I moved in with a good friend of mine. His name is Michael. Michael is a very close friend of mine that I've known for a really, really long time, and he's done so much to help pull my head out of the gutters and to just get me more involved and interested in art and the making of art, and help me to not be such a critical asshole, I guess. a lot of film, and it's something I actually wanted to spend a decent amount of this stream talking about. A lot of film, a lot of animation, a lot of everything today has like critics, and you know everything needs a critic. Everyone's a critic in some sense of the word. Even if you go out and you say this movie is the best thing ever, it's great, I loved everything about it, no notes, etc. You are critiquing the film, and you are a critic, even if it's not negatively critiquing the media on display. It's still a critique, whether it's negative or not. And yeah, it's just really interesting to me because I've been watching a lot of film. I haven't watched a lot of film. It used to be something that me and Mike did to bond and to just let go of the world, enrich ourselves, and it didn't. I didn't do that for a very long time. Film is one of my favorite mediums, aside from animation, anime, and video games. You know, it's one of my favorite mediums. I like any kind of medium that's like, hey, you know, don't turn your brain off, but you know, don't read. Watch this, take this in, tell me what you think of it. Maybe play some of this and interact with it and experience it kind of yourself a little bit. I really like stuff like that, and I just took a really, 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 really long time to just be like, oh yeah, no, I don't do this anymore. Make, I just get mad at everything going on around me, at the world, whether it's interpersonal or political, and eternalize it and just run wild with it, I guess, you know? There was a long period of time where I just had resentments towards certain people, and that kind of dominated my life entirely. I had misgivings with my parents even, and I fucking had beef with my parents. I fucking hated them. I wasn't allowed to go back to their house anymore because I threw my stepdad through a fucking window, and I got into a fight with him every time I was there. Um, I couldn't really. Yeah, it's been tough. I haven't had a family get together, like a family, like a holiday in like 3 years. I haven't been able to go back home and see my family and anything like that. It's really tough, like that aspect of it. But I've been lucky enough, at least one time, even though they're not with me anymore. I had a friend's Christmas, and it was just friends of mine who have also lost their family members or don't have good relations with them because of mental health disorders or anything else. And that was really, really healing, I think. I think I need more stuff like that in my life in general, especially now because I can't return to the state where my family is at. So I kind of just need to make the best out of what I have. And I just need to look for healing where it presents itself. But it's kind of tough. All of it's kind of tough. It's all so interesting, you know. Recently, we're gonna stop talking about stuff that's so morbid and interpersonal. Recently, I've gotten very, 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 very into a web series on YouTube that is a bunch of shorts and even a film uh, called The Rod Fellows. Now, a lot of people will call it fucking um, like furry garbage, utter slop, very poorly made. All of those things are true. It is very poorly made. It is furry. It's made by a furry, and it is you know, not the most intellectually intriguing. It doesn't ask any really huge questions. It doesn't have a lot of interesting things one would want to think about. You know, like oh shit. Oh shit, Ven, it's you, my man. Hey, dude. Oh my god, man. Sorry about that. I just had to restart my stream. Where I currently live, it is too hot outdoors for my phone to even fucking handle being on. Let's set this up. My dear friend Ven. It's been so long since I heard from you, man. It's so great to hear from you. Yeah, I was trying to tell you, my whatever I was contacting you through, I believe it was Facebook. It got banned. I don't have access to the account anymore. I was trying to find ways to fucking contact you, but you deleted Instagram, understandably, because it is
fucking hot doo ass garbage, the app incarnate. Um, Let me fix this camera. Let me fix this camera. Ven, I see you there, my man. I see you there. The stream cut out. I'm reading your chat right now. The chat came up. It wasn't up earlier when I was trying to stream. That is so fucking crazy. That is so cool that you're here, man. Definitely drop something for me to follow you from. Drop your Facebook again. Drop something. I will contact you again. Yeah, man. I moved. The stream is just now updating. I see that you've dropped a couple more chats. Return of the King, yes, sir. Yeah, it's all been really really stressful, but I've talked a lot about interpersonal stuff. I don't really like talking about interpersonal stuff because I'm just kind of convinced everyone else doesn't give a fuck. Like, I feel like I could have come back after 5 or however many years of not uploading. I could have come back and been like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm missing an arm now. I don't have an eye. I have like a gaping fucking prolapsed anus now. I'm not doing well." And everyone would just be like, "All right, when's Gay Boys cooking 5, fucker?" Yeah, man, it's so great to hear from you too. It's so great to see you in the chat again. It's good to know my number one fan is still around because, I said we're number one, but you're number one, my friend. You are number one. Um, yeah, dude, it's utterly fucking insane. Like, I don't interact. Fun fact: the video that got me super duper popular, we're number one. One of the main actors in that video is a fucking pedophile, and like I used to be really really good friends with him, and like even at the time when he was being a fucking pedo weirdo, I was like, "Yo, dude, you're kind of like 19 and dating a fucking 14-year-old girl. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, whatever." And he got all fucking defensive about it, and he was a huge asshole about it. And then he started a rumor at school that I raped a girl, and tried to kill my reputation that way. But like the fact of the matter still stands that he's the one who couldn't keep his fucking hands out of little girls' panties. That's insane. Why is it always that with them? I'm saying, bro. And the insane part is it's not. I want to clarify. There was me, who's the big guy in the middle, and then there's my friend James, who I'm still in contact with. Not to be a fucking racist bastard, but he's the black guy in the video, and then Anthony, who's the third fucking Robbie Rotten clone in that video, is a fucking loser weirdo who hasn't done anything with his life except, and this is coming from a fat bastard, get fat. Like, all he's done is get fat and just generally be unlikable. He doesn't have. I mean, I'm one to talk, but I don't have a lot of the friends I used to have back then. I had a lot more friends back then. A lot of them don't talk to me anymore because of the lies Anthony spread about me. But fact of the matter is you all knew he was dating a fucking 14-year-old when he was 19, and you guys were all just okay with it. When like me and two other guys in our like friend group at the time were like, "Hey, man, this is kind of fucking weird and fucked up." But no, Anthony will do what Anthony does, and that's that. That's all I really want to say about that. I don't really want to go too deep into drama with him. I don't want anyone like going out of their way and trying to find his YouTube channel. It is currently still in my recommended channels and my friends. I should probably fucking fix that because I don't want to be associated with him in any regard of the word, regardless of whether that has anything to do with his fucking pedophilic nature or not. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. I want nothing to do with the guy, and I frankly want nothing to do with like really anyone from that period of time in my life. Everyone from that period of time in my life was like some of the most fake, fraudulent, sorry excuses of human waste I've ever met. Like, so many of them are like willing to do literally whatever it takes to further their career as a thespian or an actor or a singer or whatever have you, that they are willing to shit on, betray, and fuck over some of their closest friends who had nothing but good intentions toward them and who stood up for them when they got bullied and who just generally were nice to them and treated them with a sense of compassion, camaraderie, and understanding. So I don't really have much like, oh yeah, I miss those guys, I miss those times. They weren't good times. Like everyone around me when I got popular on YouTube, when I had the big "We Are Number One" video, dude, like everyone I knew personally became so much more close with me. They wanted to hang out a lot more. A lot of girls who I frankly like look at this face, never had a chance with, were just like, oh yeah, he's so cool now, and I want to fucking suck the yogurt out of his slinger, boy. Like, you're all fake as fuck. And I hope if you ever watch this video that you either reevaluate your life and apologize to me, because I'm always open to an apology, or you just kind of fuck off. Like I hope you unironically see my video, hear me talking about you, and go, wow, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck off. Like, I genuinely just hope you fuck off. Like, I gain nothing from arguing with you. I gain nothing from having a beef with you. Like, it could be cool internet content, I guess, but I don't give a fuck, really. And yeah, I don't really care about only furthering my own career and my own position in the world, because that's greedy and evil. We've also been bouncing around with our views, with our viewership. It's been saying I have one viewer, then it's saying I got seven, then it's saying I got four, which is interesting, but I don't really care. I'm not paying attention to that right now. We have my good friend Ven here. He's a great, great guy. He helped talk me through some of these fucking situations as they were happening. He just generally gives good advice. He's a friendly dude. Very well meaning, very intelligent. Good taste in anime and fiction. But what I was talking about before the stream cut off and I came back and we were catching up is actually like the subjectivity of art, and how art and anything can be someone's favorite piece of art. Anything can really be art. I've started kind of learning that a bit more, because there's a lot of things I see where it's just like, this is strange and this is stupid, and I just fucking hate it. And maybe I need to like rework some of my mentality towards that, because a lot of things are saying something, but they're very quiet. They're not screaming it so you can hear it. They're saying it quietly, so you have to come in and listen. And so much of the internet nowadays, I don't see a lot, since I started getting back into films. I don't see a lot of movies that are just like movie reviews, I should say, that are just like praising a movie that did fantastic or that did well, or that are talking about a movie everyone hates but that they love. It's all about like, oh, let's dogpile on this movie that's generally accepted to be a piece of shit, and just circle jerk. It's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. Like over and over again. Like, dude, we get it. It's not a great film, but regardless, like I have recently gotten really into a series. It is called The Rod Fellows. It is very, very strange. It is very fucking weird. It's how people learn media literacy. Most people really want the story right in their face without looking for the deeper message behind it. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not saying necessarily that I lack media literacy, because I am media literate. What I'm saying is I'll see something more abstract or more avant-garde or more out of the box. It doesn't really have a generic story structure. It doesn't have a generic way of telling its story. It's not very clear in its messaging, and it's not necessarily a stylistic choice. It's more or less like general audiences are going to find this to be shit. Like, coming from a film perspective, this is shit. Coming from an animation perspective, this is shit. Like, I'm talking about obscure pieces of fucking shitty art that everyone like kind of unanimously agrees is shit. And one such project is a film that has a full series behind it, that has years and years and years of creation behind it, called The Rod Fellows. And The Rod Fellows is a animation about several different anthropomorphic characters created by a man named Dan P. Lyons. And Dan P. Lyons is someone who I've actually come to say, like, I'm a very, very big fan of Dan P. Lyons. I enjoy Dan Lyons' content. Sorry, I drooled a little bit there, like a big dum-dum retard. Yeah, Dan P. Lyons, I'm a huge fan of. He is a fellow autistic content creator who he makes albums. He does EDM music. He made the Rod Fellows most famously, and the Rod Fellows is like such an interesting piece of art. You know, it is unironically like not the most well made. It has a metric fuck ton of flaws. The dialogue is like worse than anything George Lucas could have come up with in his like on his worst days. But it has so much charm to it, and it has so much just traction to it. And so many people, I'm going to just preface this. I'm going to talk about a lot of characters, like myself being someone who is probably considered a lolcow. Like, I talk about a lot of characters going forward that are considered to be lolcows, but I don't want you to fucking pick on them or to be a shitty piece of fuck and harass these, like, disabled people, because that's fucking evil. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But, something I do think that should be done is that you should definitely look into their film. You should definitely look into their bodies of work and try and kind of understand these people a little bit better. And to touch on Dan Lyons is so interesting because a lot of his filmography, animations, etc., like kind of touch on. It's interesting to me because I'm gonna just be transparent. I love fat bitches. I love fat chicks. I love big booty, big belly Latina women. Okay, sweet. Awesome, Ben. Great having you. Thanks for coming in. I'll finish talking. You can enjoy your terrible shift at fucking the Hell Factory, but if you can, I'd love for you to just slide in a headphone and listen, my brother. Yeah, it's just utterly insane. Like the Rod Fellows, I can go on and on about it. Like it has themes that people will point at and be like, "Oh, this is pedophilia," but it's not. Dan Lyons is very open about being against pedophilia, to my understanding, and also to my understanding, like a lot of his films and his creations are a lot more. They're innocent. Like there's themes and there's scenes and there's episodes where like a 10-year-old kid is interacting with grown adults and it's bordering on his fetish and his fetish like where I was like, oh yeah, I love fat bitches. It's because Dan Lyons also is a fucking chubby chaser and he wears it on his sleeve. He's very open about it, and I think that's just so fucking cool. Like regardless of whether or not his art is kind of cringy or whether some of it's a little bit lazy and it's a bit more rushed, whether or not stuff like that. But like, there's so much positive to say about Dan Lyon's work. Like, he has incredibly versatile character creation. He has an endless array of fucking anthropomorphic animals that interact in this little world he's created. It's got like this childish charm to it of someone who doesn't quite entirely grasp adult concepts, and I don't mean that as an insult to Mr. Lyons. Mr. Lyons is a fucking inspiration to me and to I think people all over, like not even just autistic people like myself. I think he's just inspirational because no matter how much people fucking pick on him, no matter how much people say his artwork is shit, no matter how much people fucking disparage him, he comes back and he comes back swinging every fucking time. And I don't mean in a sense of defending himself and making response videos and talking shit. I mean, like, he just keeps fucking making art. He just keeps saying, you know what, no, fuck you. Here's another Dan Lyons film. Here's another episode of Rod Fellows. Here's my new album. And something about that is so inspirational, to keep doing what you want with no regard for what anyone else thinks of you. And it's not in a sense that you're a very, very fucking evil, shitty person. Oh, who we have? Chubby. Take a shower. I don't even fucking know who you are. I don't even fucking know you, bro. I showered this morning. I'm probably more clean than you. You probably smell like the rancid fucking cheese that fell behind your fridge when you were fucking digging around in your ass for a fucking butt nugget, you fucking shitlord. Fuck you. I'm not gonna cry about it. Nothing you say could make me cry. You're fucking tubby. Anyway, dude fucking showed up in my stream just to talk shit. Like, I won't talk shit back, dude. I don't give a fuck about you. Your name is fucking Chubby. Should be fucking Chodley. Dude, I'm not crying at all. You're literally fucking coming in here trying to rage bait and you're getting roasted. How's your fucking male loneliness epidemic, loser? Any women talk to you recently? Probably fucking not. I couldn't imagine anyone fucking wanting to talk to you. Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking about what I was talking about. The Rod Fellows is an utterly amazing fucking piece of filmography. Any women talk to you recently? Yeah, I'm actually in a fucking relationship, dude. I don't need to fucking justify anything by you, dude. This message is held for review. Clearly don't know what you're saying. You don't even know, dude. You've just popped into my stream. How do you know if I know what I'm saying or not? You haven't heard me fucking talk for more than 3 minutes. You have no fucking grasp on anything, bro. Irregardless, yeah, I'm just sitting here talking about how I think film should be a lot more inclusive and a lot more intelligent. Bro, you're sitting here trying to fucking flame me, and your messages are getting reported before I can even read them. It's fucking hilarious, dude. Loser, look at my big smile, bro. I'm just eating this up, bro. You're content for me. Think about it like this. Someone's gonna come back later on and they're gonna watch this stream and they're gonna see you fucking squigging your own asshole and being a little fucking petty bitch and trying to inflame me when I'm just fucking talking about movies, bro. It's lame. You could eat a lot up with that mouth. Dude, I don't wanna fucking eat anything coming from you, bro. The only thing you probably eat is fucking your own shit. Built like a hairy egg. Dude, your insults are like fucking preschool level, bro. Honest to Jesus age, they're preschool level. You expect me to get mad about these, bro? Your mother's tits sag down to the floor and they're so fucking fat and hefty and sweaty and gross that she can grill a fucking lobster under them with the fucking heat residuals, bro. I am not fucking offended by a word you say, and I promise you, anything you have to say to me, I'll clap back 1,000 times fucking harder. I will clap back so fucking hard that the fucking back shots I'm giving you are gonna echo throughout the annals of history, you fuckwit. Handsome Patrick. I don't even know what the fuck that means, bro. I don't have a boyfriend. Yo, Mike, my dear friend, you won't believe it. I'm being fucking harassed on the internet.
Okay.
By some fucking 15-year-old losers, bro.
Monkey's in here.
Is he?
Yeah, he didn't shut the door.
What do you mean? You didn't come in. Oh, there he is, you little fucker. Come here, monkey boy. Come here, buddy. No, get the fuck out of there! Alright, man, whatever. I'll get him out in a second. He's just, he's hiding somewhere. He just went into the fucking cat tree. What a wonderful day. That's not my boyfriend, dude. Mike does care. Dude, who the hell even are you? You're obviously someone who knows me vaguely and who's talking shit. So who are you? In fact, how about I just do a little teeny tiny bit of research? Can we do that? Can't stop core. Huh? Who could that be? Genuinely don't know. Mike certainly doesn't know. Well, yeah, I'm sure he doesn't. No one knows you guys. Stay mad that I have fucking 6,000 subscribers after years of not even uploading and you have fucking jack squat. Your messages keep getting fucking reported, bro. Whatever you're trying to say, maybe you shouldn't say it because YouTube no likey. Bitch. Alright, now where's that tubby little bastard who snuck into my room? Where is he? Where is he? Where did he come from? Where did he go? My assumption, given what I was talking about prior to you fucking flooding my channel with random bullshit, is that you're either fucking Jared fucking Sieve, who's a little fucking skeezwad, or you're, what's his face? You're that loser fucking Anthony and his fucking tubby tits, no chin having ass, fucking same girlfriend for the last 3 years, looking like a motherfucking saggy titted gorilla fucking orangutan hybrid. Why would that affect me exactly? I don't know, dude. Why would it? I'm good to just chill here and let you talk shit to me, man. You're giving me free content. Keep talking your shit. I'll keep firing back. Let's do this all fucking afternoon. I could do this all fucking afternoon. I don't give a fuck. Wow, cool insults. Yeah, and you have no response to them. I'm sure they cut. I'm sure they fucking hurt because you don't have a single fucking response, bro. Go on, say something. Say something that'll really hurt my feelings. Come on, I'm encouraging you. I'm the ball's in your court. Make me cry. I don't need to. You sound like a fucking, like, third grade fucking chubby 15-year-old loser. Dude, you sound like a 15-year-old loser who's way too into Andrew Tate and who's never gotten any fucking pussy and he wonders why. Surprise, jackass, it's because you support a rapist. I don't need to. I don't need to. Sound? Dude, he doesn't even got any fucking... What are you even at, bro? You can't even fucking process more than 2 words at a time, bro. You physically cannot process it. If I had to guess, it's either that or this is my ex Brittany getting fucking heated because I called her out for being a fucking dollar store broad. I don't need to hear you, bro. The way you type. I can hear your keyboard from miles away. I can hear the fucking Doritos crunching as you type away, as you clock away. So paranoid. I'm not paranoid of fucking anything, man. You're the one who's being all weird and mysterious and refusing to reveal who you are after coming in here and claiming to know me. Fucking, who are you? Oh my god. Oh my god, the mystery, it's fucking killing me. The mystery. The mystery. Oh, the mystery. Making shit up in your head. I'm not making shit up. I'm using fucking context clues given people who don't like me to route who you may or may not be. It's seeming more and more likely by the second you're just some fucking chubby 12-year-old who has no friends and who kind of just squiggies his own asshole and calls people gay online because he's scared to admit that he's kind of gay. Am I right? Am I right? Dude, no matter what you want to say right now, you're the biggest loser in the room because you're on someone's fucking video giving me views when you fucking hate me, apparently. You were doing nothing but helping me progress. Thank you. Thank you. You're too kind. All too kind. What would I fucking do without morons like you? Well, you're not very smart. I'm reading your comments, dude. They read like a fucking pussy who just got fucked in the ass and who's super fucking butthurt about it. Literally. You're just like, you haven't heard me talk. So paranoid. Making shit up in your head. Well, you're not very smart. You sound like Joe from fucking, what do you call it? Moral Oral, dude. That's you, bro. Bro, I'm having the best time of my life just letting you fucking talk and dig yourself a grave, man. I'm having the time of my life. Keep doing it. Do what you're told like a good dog. Do what you're fucking told like a good dog. Are you gonna keep talking your dumb shit or oh, it looks like he left. I cooked him good and well. Alright. Anyway, as I was saying. Before we had that little bit of an intermission where some like fat 12-year-old losers came into my fucking chat instead of trying to talk some shit. Yeah. I think film is a lot more subjective than people like to give it credit for. You know, there is films that have poor aspects to them, or they have an aspect to them that's utterly abhorrent, and there's still something salvageable in it. Like a phrase I heard, and it was a quote. I can't recall who said it. Is every film, every novel, every game, regardless of its quality or how bad or how good it is someone's favorite game. So I've just kind of tried looking into things like the Rod Fellows and other stuff that people are like, oh, this is abhorrent and it has absolutely no redeeming qualities. And I'm trying to find the redeeming qualities in it. Um, there's series like the Rod Fellows. There's a really popular one that everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is objectively the worst thing ever. And I believe it was called Our Drawings. Yeah, Our Drawings was the animated film I saw that was very in the similar vein to the Rod Fellows. And my dear friend Mike actually watched it with a viewing party with a good bit of his friends, and they double featured the movies. And from watching them both separately, and then eventually kind of double featuring them in the same night, just broken apart by a couple hours of intermission, I would say that is a fantastic way to like dip your toes into these films and into these verses. The Rod Fellows is definitely like a trip, man. It is a fucking trip, and I would recommend. I'd either recommend being high or something of the like to view it the first time. It definitely is a fucking experience. The writing in it and the dialogue is very, very, very funny. Not intentionally funny. Like, they're not fucking comedic geniuses that are just throwing fucking curveballs at you, man. It is like they are trying so hard to have serious dialogue, and it just comes out really, really, really choppy and really, really, really unrefined. But the charm in it is there. It's there. It is probably it's the most palpable thing in the movie. Like, people will say the movie is boring, it's horrible. I actually watched someone do a review of the Rod Fellows earlier, where all they did was rip into it and how structurally it's not a good movie and nothing is good about it. There's so much good about it now that I've watched it a couple times. The charm of the low budget and the just coming together of a community who really does actually unironically love the Rod Fellows, just the coming together of a community that's built, and Dan Lyons making a movie with all the people who unironically do support him is just a fantastic thing to see. It's a really, really sweet, nice thing to see. And it's really good to kind of have palate cleanser too. Now that we've had a little bit of heckling go on our side of the stream, like, I apologize for that. I'm not the kind of guy where I want to be fucking hopping on streams and constantly yelling at motherfuckers who are harassing me. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and let people harass me. And frankly, I dealt with that guy pretty fucking handily by just roasting the fuck out of him and spitfiring that little idiot. So, works for me. But I would prefer to not have to do that anymore. I would prefer to just talk about film and get other people's opinions on films, and to just talk about, I wouldn't just say art, because art's very, very all-inclusive, and there's some aspects of art that I'm not the most well-versed in and that I'm not the best person to talk to about, like music. I'm not musically gifted. I'm not theatrically gifted when it comes to song and dance specifically, but I'm very good at acting, and I have a good understanding of how other people get into the mindset to play a character. I have a decent understanding of photography and filmography. Not the greatest, but I do have I have a level of understanding. So, yeah, it's a very interesting, I think, new chapter for my games. Tyler James. Yo, how's it going, man? I can't quite say that I recognize you. It's been a very long time since I've streamed, if you recall me. Hi. I appreciate you being here, Tyler. I hope you have a fucking great day, man. Just putting that out there. I just generally hope you have a really good day. Like, I hope anyone who tunes into this stream and who watches the re-upload, like, who watches the VOD, because I'm pretty sure I have my stream set to VOD. But I hope whoever is viewing this is having a fucking fantastic day, and you just enjoy hearing me kind of catch you up on my lifespan in the last couple of years, and you enjoy hearing me talk about some drama at one point, which I did, and you enjoy hearing me talk about films, because this is just, it's a cool stream. We're just having fun. We're just here to have fun. We're just here to chat. So that's like right off. You have a good day too, my guy. I appreciate it, Tyler. You deserve, for just keeping the positive energy, man, you deserve to have the best day fucking ever. Better than anything anyone else is having. They just all deserve worse. Anyway, oh fuck. I'm so sorry. Technical difficulties. We are streaming from the old cell phone. Right here is my PC. It's not on right now. And then here's my friend's Rainbow Dash fucking, what do you call it? My friend's Rainbow Dash fucking mouse pad that takes up my whole fucking account. It's not mine. It's my friend's. I'm borrowing it from him because I don't currently have a mouse pad. Probably gonna get something in the same vein to that though, cause fuck yeah. Yeah, dude. I hope your day is fantastic. I hope you enjoy listening to me talk about film and creativity, more or less. I'm trying to come back and maybe work on crowdfunding a couple films that me and my friend Mike are working on. We've written a couple of scripts, not entirely finished with those scripts, but we have a couple in the works. We have them penned. I would say my friend Mike has like the first quarter of his film mapped out. Fucking hell. 1 second, everybody. My cat. You little fat fuck. Come here. Get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out. Motherfucker. Get the fuck out of there. I'm gonna fucking crush you. Get the fuck out. Get out. Out. Get out of there, bro. You need to leave. You're not good. You come in here and you pick on the handicapped little girl, bro. You gotta go. You do not get the fuck out of there, bro. I'm gonna fucking crash out, man. Get the fuck out. Oh my god. I am so sorry, everybody. He needs to fuck off, though. Get the fuck out, bro. You're coming in here and you're fucking with Eureka. You need to fucking leave. Alright, bro. We're doing this the fucking hard way since you want to do this the hard way. Get the fuck out of there. Get out. Come here. Come here. Come. Get out of there. Come here. See this, y'all? This is the culprit. This tubby little guy. Get his tummy. He's the culprit. Come here. Oh, yeah. My God. He is so fucking frustrating sometimes. Like, I love him, but, like, you can't be coming in here and picking on a handicapped little girl, bro. That's not fucking cool. Alright, I'm just checking something while we, I'm gonna take a brief intermission. No one's really watching right now. I am going to have a look at this cubby motherfucker who's just fucking instigating me. I'm not trying to end my stream here. I'm trying to just fucking manage that person's chat. Perfect. Anyway, yeah, we have a much better. Oh my god, that fucking monkey boy. He is so unbelievable, man. Like, he comes in here and he picks on Eureka, who's my friend's cat, and she's handicapped and she can't walk properly or even fucking defend herself against the guy. And the dude's just like, yeah, I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna take her fucking food and be an asshole. And it's like, yeah, bro, you think I'm just gonna let you do that, you fuckface? Fuck you, get the hell out. Now he's outside of my door screaming his head off like, oh, woe is me, when he's coming in here and being an asshole. Like, yeah, dude, woe is you. It is. You deserve it. You deserve what you're getting right now, man. Like, come on. Absolutely abhorrent. Abhorrent. And I apologize for this. I apologize that I pull on that when I'm nervous, but addictions. Ooh, oh man. Oh man, I'm what the youngsters call a fucking chopped shit, man. Oh, thank God. See, I thought I had the Charlie Kirk exposed gums all the way up here. Yeah, that's called killing children. I love it. Yeah, yeah, no, not me. Thank God, I'm chopped, but I'm not that fucking chopped. It could be way worse. We could be Charlie Kirk chopped. Chat, are we cooked? Are we cooked, chat? Am I cooked? Am I fucking on the grill, man? Am I steamed? Am I fried? Am I baked? Am I done for? Nah, man. I'm not. I thought I was cooked for a minute there. Spent a very, very long time feeling sorry for myself. Not letting the creative juices flow, not just kind of being sporadic with it, not running with what I feel in here and what I know up here, you know, just kind of letting other people's negativity rule my life. And that's like so fucking dumb. I have to say, you know, anyone who watches this all the way through, I really hope you succeed. Granted, you aren't a Nazi piece of shit who wants to, you know, dehumanize other human beings. I really hope whatever you want to accomplish in your life is fucking fruitful. I hope it's fruitful. I hope it's bountiful. I hope you find everything you hope to find in it, you know? I hope everyone who watches this and who even doesn't watch it, I hope everyone just kind of gets like this kind of clarity, you know? Everyone just kind of comes together and learns to care a little bit more about one another because, you know, the world's a fucked up place and it's only getting more fucked up. We have fucking politicians ripping away kids' lunch money, dude. Like, Republican politicians come out onto the scene and they're like, yeah, I don't want poor kids having lunch because fucking fuck them. And like, people vote for that and they think it's okay and they think it's good. Like, yeah, you're fucking insane. If you're like, yeah, I want to starve children. My party is the starving children party. I love fucking starving kids. Like, if that's your party, please kindly never fucking interact with me again. Never, ever, ever interact with me again, bro, because we're not gonna get along. I just believe that human beings should be fed and cared for, and not left to fucking rot like that. You know, they just get like I can't really explain the mentality to it either. I couldn't really give you a synopsis or a diagnosis for what makes a person become like such a rancid evil piece of shit like that, where they just say, oh yeah, poor kids, let them die. Cut Medicaid to everyone who's in need of it. I want them to die. Like, they should die. Like, that's utterly fucking insane. And these people like get into positions of power. It's fucking crazy. Like, how do you wake up one morning and be like, you know what? I want fucking children to starve. Like, what kind of fucking, like, how evil are you, bro? It's like cartoonishly evil. And the funny thing is that they don't even fucking hide it, you know? They just like jump out there and they're like, here I am, big evil Republican. And I'm here to fucking steal your child's lunch money and fucking put my knee on the neck of fucking minorities, and I'm here to fucking open up internment camps and try and open alligator Alcatraz. Like, you guys are such fucking fearmonger assholes. Anyone who's got like a lick of common sense can see it too. And you know, this has kind of just been a really big stream where I just kind of chat about anything and everything that comes to mind, and it's really liberating. That's how I enjoyed when I used to stream like that. I especially enjoy, like, I think that commenter from before who was just being a nasty piece of shit is someone who was around when I was like a lot younger and I was like 17 and people were literally like bullying me and telling me to drink bleach live on fucking camera. Like, I think he's just one of those sad pieces of shit who's never fucking grown past being an evil piece of shit, you know? Like, his whole personality is just, I'm an evil piece of shit, and I like it. I like being an evil piece of shit. It's cool. It's cool. Like, no, man. Fuck off. You can come in here, you can fucking harass me, you can say whatever the hell you want. I'm gonna roast you back and go about, you know, like, it's really frustrating because I was trying to talk about Rod Fellows and stuff like that and keep this 110% positive. Like it's been an overwhelmingly positive stream, even with lamenting some negative aspects to my life path and career, and highlighting some victories. Something I never actually mentioned is that girl I mentioned earlier, who I entirely fucked over and treated like an utter piece of shit, is wanting to get back together. She wants to give me another chance, which is like the best thing that's ever happened to me, man. I've never been more happy to have that, because you make a huge fucking mistake. It's not even a mistake. You just do something really, really fucking shitty, and it blows up in your face because you did something shitty. And you give it time. You work on yourself. You give the other person time to grow where they need to grow. And finding myself in a position where I've been given a second chance with who I consider to be the most amazing woman to ever grace me with her presence. There are so many other girls that I've been with where it's just like, eh. And that's not an insult to them. It's just a matter of the sparks aren't there. The connection isn't there. We don't fucking sync up and link up on everything. And with her, it's just kind of seamless. It's just like, oh yeah, man, you vibe on everything. Like, you just are the yin to each other's yang. You're the fucking apple of each other's eye. And it's so fucking cool and amazing to have that. And I hope everyone is able to find that kind of relationship with whoever they want. I hope everyone is able to say, like, oh, that's a really cute femboy twink or whatever have you. A fucking really cute girl, really cute boy, really cute femboy twink, really cute fucking butch lesbian, like whatever have you. And I hope you're just able to find that, and it's just amazing. Like, you have sparks, you're able to talk things out, you're able to come to agreements, civilly dispute, all of that. I genuinely hope that even for that fucking loser who was in here, like, running his mouth like he knew shit. Like, I genuinely hope that he's able to figure himself out and get a good lease on things, a good, a good relationship, because I think that's what everyone needs. Everyone needs that special person to complete them, and you're gonna just kind of, I wouldn't say you're going to be empty, because, not everyone is partnered, and not everyone seeks to be partnered, but I think that there is a level of emptiness, and some people seek that emptiness, Some people don't feel complete unless they're empty, as fucking weird as that is to say, Some people don't feel comfortable unless they're uncomfortable. It's a sad truth, but that is how it is for some people. Some people need you to be more abrasive with them and more, what most people would consider frustrating or abusive. Some people need that to feel comfortable, and it's really tragic, but it's how it is for some people. And I think a lot of my journey recently has been... Sorry, there's just like... I had an injury on my lip, and it just hasn't fucking healed, and it keeps busting itself back open, so I get like little bits of skin there. I really... I don't appreciate it. It's fucking gross. But there is so much negativity in the world. I'm not like one of those guys who's just like, oh yeah, man, be positive and everything will go your way, because that's not how things work, man. Like, you can have the most positive outlook ever and have shit constantly explode in your face. And you can have the most negative outlook ever and have great things happen to you all the time and just remain negative. It all has this kind of dichotomy to it, and I find it so interesting. No two people are the same, no matter how many surface level similarities there are, or whatever have you. Like, everyone is different, and at the same time, everyone is the same. Like, it's paradoxical, but it's true. Everyone has like these bare needs that they need met. People want their emotional needs met. People want, their basic life survival needs met. But we all kind of want the same things. We all want, for the most part, most of us want everyone to have what they need to survive. We want everyone to have something that makes them feel whole and something that makes them happy, whether that's a job, whether that's another person, whether it's a certain artistic pursuit. We just want them to have that. And I think something like that is really, 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 really cool. You know, it's really fucking awesome because you're able to just where there was something where there is nothing there's something. You know, where nothing once existed, you can transmodify someone, so to speak, to have something. You know, you can take someone like me, for example, who had I've had my struggles too. I'm trying not to like, talk too much about my personal life, but I was homeless for a couple months there, and that was really fucking stressful and hard to deal with and upsetting because I just wanted I just wanted to get away from some bad bullshit. You know, I got some bullshit happening to me where I came from, and I was just like, you know, I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. And I left, and I was homeless for a while, and I had to struggle with so much fucking shit, dude. Like, you can pay money to stay inside of a place for most of the day. Like, they won't kick you out, even if you're homeless. You can just be like, look, man, I'm homeless. I'm just trying to get out of the heat, out of the cold. I'll pay to eat here all fucking day. Just let me alone, you know? And I think it's ridiculous you have to do that, you know? Why is it that people treat homeless folks so fucking horribly? Even before I was homeless, I treated them with a monicum of respect. I don't think anywhere near enough, but a monicum of it, you know? They fucking are on hard times. I just find it so fucking gross, the world we live in today, you know? You got these mega billionaires who are like fucking hoarding wealth that could feed entire fucking countries, not villages, countries, whole countries. Like, the entirety of the United States could have all of its fucking issues, like, absolved completely if we just shot Jeff Bezos and gave all of his money to every single American or reinvested it in infrastructure. But we're not doing it, and it just doesn't make any sense. You know, nothing about it makes any motherfucking sense. Nothing about the world right now makes sense. You know, you have people who go out of their way. And I'm not sitting here claiming that I am an avant-garde peak artist who challenges the social norm, because I'm fucking not. Okay? But I find it amazing how we can have voices like that who come out and they make something truly, truly fantastic. And it's once in a lifetime. It's awe-inspiring. A lot of effort, a lot of production value goes into it. There is a vision, you know? And so many people like get popular off of like fucking shitting in their hand and throwing it at the brick wall and being like, the poo poo challenge smells stinky doo doo. And like, I'm mostly referring to people like Logan Paul and fucking Mr. Beast, bro. They just like, they're parasites. They are the most unlikable people on the face of the internet, and I will stand by that until the day I die. Like, they killed YouTube as it was. It used to be this like video sharing platform where people expressed themselves and made something kind of funny, or they made something more artistic, and it was just somewhere you could share cool stuff and maybe get paid to do it. And if you got a position getting paid to like YouTube full time, it was great. And only so many people had that luxury. Then because of how ads and everything work, all these Viners came over from Vine to YouTube when it shut down, and then they went to TikTok, and then they went back and they do both. You know, like, they're just the fucking worst. They're like the epitome of late stage capitalism. Like, Mr. Beast is like, I put 400 poor people in a gladiator's ring with a lion, and one of them gets $60 billion. And it's like, what the fuck, man? This is dystopian. This is fucking evil. This is pure fucking evil, man. Like, what? You mean to tell me, like, I struggle to find a job? Not like I'm not looking. I have 250 fucking applications in right fucking now, right? And I can't get a fucking call back. But this asshole somehow came into $7 billion at one point. And it's just like, I'm gonna hold a fucking battle royale between a bunch of fucking poor people for my amusement. Like, this is fucking dystopian. We're simultaneously progressing towards something better and going back to the fucking Stone Age. Everything is, it's like that Jamiroquai song. Everything is virtual fucking insanity, man. Like, nothing makes logical sense anymore. And I'm not talking about those motherfuckers who are like, oh yeah, people think they're different genders because that. Dude, fuck off. People can be different genders than the one they were born. Eat my dick. But what fucking really gets me is the people who are like, science ain't real. There ain't no such fucking thing as global warming. Yeah, worship the billionaire. Yeah, down with the proletariat. Like, I was on fucking Instagram today, and that's like the worst place to be because it's like just the default racism app. It used to have good memes on it at one fucking point, and now it's just a fucking cesspool of racism and bigotry and retardation. And yeah, I was on there, and like, tell me why you MAGA dudes who are like always so, man, that's gay, don't be gay around me, you're always fucking like worshiping a man. Why are you always literally begging on your hands and knees for a man? That's fucking queer. Coming from a dude who's LGBTQ+, that is the queerest fucking thing I've ever heard in my motherfucking life. What do you mean you're on your hands and knees begging for Donald Trump's son, Barron Trump, to be our emperor? How fucking lame are you, dude? Democracy first. You're out here fucking, oh yeah, I want to be my emperor. I just want to bow and kiss his feet so bad. Like, dude, you're so fucking queer. That is the queerest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. No insult to queer people. That's just fucking gay. You're out here like, oh, I want to be on my hands and knees worshiping a man. Like, that's so gay. Coming from a dude who sucked a dick or two in his life, that's fucking gay. That's really gay. Like, how do you get up in the morning and be like, queers are my natural enemy, they're unnatural, and then be like, I love you, Donald Trump. I want your family to uproot democracy, and I want to make you my God King. It's so jarring and pathetic. And these are the same motherfuckers who are like, the tyrannical government can't make me do nothing. I hate the tyrannical government. And then when the tyrannical government actually rears its ugly head, they're just like, dude. Sorry to get graphic there, but it's just true. They're, oh man, big Cheeto cock, God. Every day, all day, every day, man. They just get up and start gawking balls, man. You don't even gotta pay them to do it. You know, they're the same guys who are like, oh, I ain't got you with $20, just $20. Nah, bro, you do it for fucking free, and I caught you worshiping another man like a dog. Like a dog. He got caught. I don't know why I turned into fucking, what's his face? Turned into a little bit of the trash man. Danny DeVito there for a second, just because of how utterly insane it all feels. I think some of the most interesting bits of Galaxion lore, the chaotic ghoul Galaxion lore, is you know, just how many people were in older videos of mine who are no longer in my life. Pretty much everyone, if you go back and you watch my Hunter x Hunter in real life recreation that was edited by Jerbear, I'm not friends with Jerbear anymore. He was on board with that whole rumor that I fucking raped someone. He fucking touches, like he's just a fucking piece of shit. To my understanding, he came out as trans recently, and my apologies, she. I don't know what name they go by now. But she's a piece of shit, and I hope she gets hit by a fucking bus. Promptly, you know? Like, starting a rumor that I fucking molested someone just so you could tarnish my relationship and my standing with people just because you're fucking salty. Like, you're really fucking pathetic. And the worst part is I stuck up for that loser so many fucking times when he deserved to get his ass beat. When she deserved to get her ass beat. And, you know, reflecting on it, I wish I would have just been like, look, sister, get fucking beat. You know? Like, you deserve this. If I knew what I knew now, I'd have just been like, yeah, you deserve to get beat. And I would have let someone punch her the fuck out. Everything is so ridiculous now, you know? Like, people will point at me and be like, well, you know, people from your generation are starting to have kids. Why don't you have kids? Because this country doesn't want you to. They swear up and down they want you to, but then they're like, we're gonna cut maternity leave, and we're not gonna give you any money for we're gonna make it $60 billion for a delivery, so you're in debt for the rest of your life just for giving birth. And we want you to give birth though, but we're gonna put you in $1 million of debt to do it. And like it's just fucking ass backwards. It's back asswards, dude. Like you're 1 second you're like, oh yeah, we need to repopulate, even though we have the highest population numbers the human race has ever seen. And then they're like, oh, we need to repopulate. We need to repopulate. There's nothing to repopulate, bro. We're populated. Repopulate implies there was a depopulation. Implies that there was a drop in the birthing rates and in people dying en masse. They weren't. We're overpopulated, and they're still fucking make more slaves for me. Make me more fucking indentured servants. Like, oh my god, bro. And then it's like, why would I want to bring a living, breathing, thinking being onto this fucking shitty rock? Why would I ever want to do that? With the way things currently are, why would I ever want to go out of my way to have a fucking child and bring them into this fucking hellhole? Yeah, the sun is a deadly laser, and it's probably going to laser all of us in the next 30 years. There's nothing you can really do about it, so just enjoy your time here. Don't let that bother you. No, I'm not going to fucking do that to... I wouldn't do that to someone else's child, let alone my fucking own, man. It's fucking insane to do something like that. Utterly fucking insane. Like, man, I've gotten really off topic, but we should talk about some projects I want to work on in the near future. I'm looking to start a podcast with my friends Mike and Alex called the Starbreaker Podcast, where we're going to talk a lot more about our creative ventures, where things kind of one thing leads into another, you know, kind of going over the history and the trajectory of how one project led into another. Talking about our own filmography, discography, because Mike makes music. Talking about just everything that can be creative and whatever is going on in the world and how we're feeling at the moment. Just more or less a men's mental health group that gets broadcasted, and we talk about upcoming projects and give general advice. I'd say we do a little bit of everything. Not necessarily that we talk so much about politics 24/7 or that we talk about film 24/7. We just kind of talk about whatever is on the menu that day, how we're feeling, how the week's affected us, how the year's affecting us, whatever have you. And I think it's all really healing, and it's really good for a lot of us. I'm really hoping that it not only does well as far as viewership is concerned, but I hope it really does well towards like helping us all work through some final mental kinks, you know, getting some last minute healing, I guess I'd call it, you know, working out some of those last little bugs that are still biting you. And I think it's great. I want to work on that. It's going to be me, Alex and Mike, and to be entirely transparent, we are probably going to talk a bit more about some furry bullshit because we all are kind of in the community. We're not going to be sending our fucking not safe for work persona artwork or anything like that, but we're just going to be talking about art and our opinions of it, how we feel about the community at large sometimes, because I think that'll be really interesting to just kind of talk about it. There's so much to talk about. As far as the Chaotic Ghoul channel goes, I'm hoping to produce one Gay Boys Cooking or one more lighthearted, not really centered kind of video like that, because I noticed when I used to upload, people really liked my sporadicy. I don't really know the proper word, but for being the term for being sporadic, I was very sporadic with my uploads and with what I would upload. It got deleted, but there was a video of a guy I used to be friends with eating a hat on my YouTube channel, and it was a very, very good video. It was my second most watched video at one point, and I loved that video, but it got deleted. And you know, I want to go back to doing more stuff like making my friends eat hats, not to be like this evil devil who like makes my friend eat hats, but just like more lighthearted, silly, goofy, let's have fun, let's see where things go kind of videos. Because, you know, what else is there to do? I could, like, sell out and become this guy who's, like, Logan Paul or Jake Paul or what's his face? I could be a YouTuber who becomes like Jake or Logan or fucking Mr. Beast, who I hate more than anyone else, and who just totally sell out and constantly be like, buy my merch and buy my fucking $1,000 466 gigabyte fucking zip drive of pornography. Like, I just wanna, I just wanna create things that I have fun with now. I don't really foresee myself. If there were some series back in the day, I don't foresee coming back. A lot of people really liked the series 2 a.m. Depression. I might bring it back, but it's not going to be what it used to be because a lot of people used to just watch, like, tune in because I was genuinely depressed and they wanted to see how fucking poor my mental state was, and that was it. They just were like, "Oh, let's watch this depressed piece of shit be a depressed piece of shit who's also not even legally allowed to vote." Like, just think about that. Think about how crazy that is, you know? Like, there were grown adults when I was 17 years old fucking telling me to kill myself over it just being that edgy era of the YouTube where every other day someone was telling you to kill yourself, you know? Like, it was just the worst. The worst to ever have to deal with. I would honestly never want to go back to that time in my life. Not just because of the sphere of the internet, just because of everyone I was interacting with at the time. Everyone I was interacting with at the time was so fake and so fucking all about me, and I'll do whatever it takes to put myself ahead, even if that means fucking over someone who genuinely cares about me, and that's just, it's pathetic. It's worthless kind of money grubbing social ladder retard behavior. And I don't mean to say retard as like an insult or as a disparaging phrase towards disabled people, being disabled myself. I mean it is like some people are genuinely retarded, and the definition of retarded is someone with like an IQ of 70 or below. These people do not think. They don't care. They're just genuinely like, I'm evil and I'm proud to be evil, and that's my whole monocle. Not monocle, that's my whole moniker, and that's the words I live by. I live by being a fucking piece of utter garbage and being ignorant while I do it. It's just also frustrating, you know. I care so much about my friends and about even people I don't know that well. And I just hope that they have the best. And it's just so frustrating because the world we live in doesn't want them to have the best. It's not even so much the world we live in. The powers that be, the political sphere, does not want them to be happy. Like, it's like they gain something off of these people not being happy. And it's not just the monetary, like, we're slashing healthcare, we're slashing Medicare, we're slashing fucking school lunches to children. It's as simple as we're just evil. It seems like it's as simple as it starts and ends with we're evil. You know, it starts and ends with I'm a bad person. And I find it so strange that that's becoming more socially acceptable. It's just like, yeah, it's socially acceptable to be a human piece of garbage now. We like it. Actually, it's kind of promoted. If you have this thing called empathy, you're called woke, and it's like, what the fuck is even wrong with you people? You people are just like, oh yeah, caring about people not fucking dying, not wanting children to get fucking carpet bombed when they already have so little. That's woke, and it's like, no, it's fucking not. It's just having a human soul. It really isn't. If having a human soul is woke, then I don't want to be sleep, motherfucker. Um, there's so much just negativity in the world right now. And what I'm trying to do is trying to find positivity through my creations and through interacting with and building up that community again. Because I really, really did enjoy this community back when I was in my peak, in my prime of uploading all the time. I really enjoy my community. Aside from the people who are like obviously trying to make me kill myself and who are just like really, really negative and trying to make my life utter hell, like everyone who's around genuinely cares. And the people who genuinely care have very, very, very good, they have a good head on their shoulders. They have good opinions, and it's not just because they're fans of me. They just will have interesting conversations during a stream. Like, I could fire up a stream like this, and I'll start talking about what I've been talking about the last couple of minutes, and people will be like, oh yeah, did you know this, and that? And they'll inform me on something I wasn't even aware of pertaining to the subject matter, you know? I'll learn something while I'm talking. And that's always accepted. That's always a great thing. I'm always looking to learn new stuff. It's so cool. And I guess I just really, really miss that kind of, oh, hey, you're streaming. Here's your community. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's do something. You know, I miss that. I miss having a community of people that I feel like I can be connected with. It's not even just so much a connection of, oh, we both enjoy anime, or we both enjoy this certain film creator, or we both enjoy this genre of film or this genre of fiction. It's more connecting than that. For a long time, I thought similar interests were like the most important thing toward making friends and um, creating lasting relationships. But I've come to find it's a lot more of a kindred spirit kind of thing, like having a similar mentality and having a similar. It's about having a more. It's about having a closer heart than it is having a closer mind. You know, it's a lot more about having similar beliefs and having similar values, in my opinion, than it is to having similarities in interest. Like you can both like for example, you can be friends with someone and they can like all the same things. For example, let's say you're interested in classic art, you're interested in classical music, you're interested in music theory, you're interested in creating music in general, and you know you have similar tastes, you have similar favorite artists, but at the end of the day they're a fucking Nazi, right? Like the rumor come out, the big bad truth comes out, and they're a white supremacist, and it's just like, you know, no, now is a good time to draw the line in the sand and be like, no, we can't be friends anymore because you're kind of evil, you know. That's a lesson I think I learned. That's one of the most important lessons I took away from the last couple of years of my life. You should definitely cut ties with people who are fucking like Nazis, who are like incredibly negative, trying to drag you down, trying to drag other people down. You should just not interact with them. And it's that simple. I don't want to interact with you because that kind of evil corrupts, and it poisons just everything you want to do. It poisons everything. You know, you can't. I would say it's poisoned me heavily, and I don't even interact with people like that willingly. You know, I've just had to deal with it so much because I'm politically involved and I like pay attention to the news. Like I've just had to listen to it so much, and I've had to begrudgingly deal with people who are like that so much. It's fucking draining. You should just conserve your energy and conserve uh, whatever make like all of your energy should go towards what's making you happy, whether that's a person, an activity, or a thing. You know, everything should go toward what makes you happy, unless what makes you happy is torturing and maiming and harming other living things, whether it's physically, mentally, psychologically, sexually. No matter how you want to fucking cut that cake, don't do it. You know. I think we're gonna wrap up here soon, just talking about that. I wanted to talk a lot more about films like The Rod Fellows and something else I watched called Kalobi. Kalobi and Rod Fellows, before I close out here, are some very, very light, fluffy, a lot of people would consider it filler and garbage films that are. I think they have something that is better than a coherent plot and a um, well fleshed out cast of characters and even a followable story. Like, I think the most important thing is that it has heart. And where Rod Fellows doesn't have good animation and it doesn't have good voice acting and um, it doesn't have good animation, doesn't have good voice acting, doesn't have a good plot. It's pretty nonsensical, all things considered. If you're understanding of film theory and your understanding of media, if you're just media literate, it's not media literate. It's not literate at all. It's incredibly illiterate. But there's so much charm in it, and it doesn't come from a an understanding of the medium. It doesn't come from me just being a furry and liking furry art. It comes from this guy has made and worked on this project for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, regardless of what anyone and their mother has to fucking say about it. I think at this point it's closer to 12 years. For 12 years, Dan Lyons has been making the Rod Fellows. And it's just something so innocent. Even when he slips in like his weird fetish like clips in there, like the weird fat characters and the inflation characters, like it could just be because I'm into that weird shit, but I think the weirdest thing about it is like just how second nature it is to him. It's just like, yeah, there's fat characters and they're fat as fuck and they like literally take up an entire screen. They are so wide and just rotund. But I love them, and it's just like, that's such an interesting thing. Like that is only here for you. This is only here for you and for other people. Like people talk about, oh, on this episode, the writers barely disguised fetish. It's not disguised at all, bro. Like, some other works of fiction, they'll be like, oh yeah, this is the writer's barely disguised fetish, and it'll be like, for reference, it's the fetish, and the fetish is inside of a trench coat, and they're wearing a fake mustache. But Dan Lyons, he doesn't do that. He doesn't barely disguise his fetish. He just like he might as well be wearing like Finto Stenson, whatever character is his stand-in for whatever he's working on, might as well just be wearing a shirt that says "I heart fat bitches," and I love it. I love that so much. I hope when I go to make films later on, like when I'm writing and starring in my own movies, I'm able to pick up a little bit of inspiration from that, and I'm able to say, you know what? We're gonna have this really cool scene where I have sex with a fat lady, and it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna have fun because I love fat bitches, and like, you just I think it circles back to something I've heard people say is like, I might be cringe, but I'm free. I think every single day, more and more and more and more. Those words are starting to hold more meaning to, because it's like, what do you mean you find it cringeworthy when I have fun? Why don't you just let me have fucking fun? It's not at anyone's expense. He's not doing anything creepy. Like some of his art on first glance is really strange and does kind of give off like creepy pedo-ish vibes. But that's because Dan Lyons is someone on the spectrum and he doesn't quite understand that it can be equated to something sexual. Or it's something sexual, but it has it has more innocent undertones to it. Like it kind of blends the two, and I think something about that is very interesting to watch. And something else is just like it's a project on dichotomy at that point. It's like the most depraved parts of the human psyche, and it's also simultaneously the most innocent and childlike parts of the psyche. Like the characters don't do anything weird with the kid. They don't fucking like grab his nuts or whatever have you. But um, it can be misconstrued one way or another, where you're like, oh wow, these adult characters are very interested in hanging out with this 10-year-old character, and it's like it's not like that. He's someone who's being watched by like a group of 5 people who are friends with his parents, and he has a great relationship with them. His parents are obviously, you can assume, very busy people, but it is a very it has a lot of heart. It doesn't have a lot of competency, but it has a lot of heart. And I think that's really, really fucking important in any project. Because there's a lot of projects that come out now that have a lot of competency, but they don't have a lot of heart. In fact, I would say that they lack a heart and they lack a soul, but they have a lot of brain power. And then there's a lot of films you get where they have a good blend of both, or of all three, I should say. And then you have films like Rodfellows, where it has absolutely no sensibilities, it has no plot, it doesn't have anything good visually going for it, but the heart, man, it has got so much passion and so much care poured into it, even if the quality is low. Because you can't not be passionate about something that long. It's almost a 2 hour long movie. You can't not be passionate about something and make a video or a movie that long, regardless of quality. And also, another fun fact about the movie is it took Dan Lyons and I believe his co-director not Dan, it was Darren something, Darren Nichols. Darren Nichols and Dan Lyons made that movie over the course of 5 years, and it's not the greatest film ever. It's not even a good film, but the amount of passion and care and time that was taken to produce something like that, it's just charming. Everything about it's charming. And I think, maybe we should stop looking for things to uphold like standard of perfection where it has to be like the next Sixth Sense or the next um or it has to be the next Sixth Sense, or it has to be the next Hereditary, or it has to be the next The Thing by John Carpenter, where it has to be this next magnum opus that defines a genre. I think we don't need more masterpieces. We need more Rodfellows. You know, we need more. This is something silly I made because I'm on the spectrum and I wanted to enjoy creating something and share it with you. I think in Rod Fellows that kind of energy that I just made this and I want to share it kind of mentality is very very prominent, and I think it's actually a beautiful thing. Like, especially regardless of the amount of hatred that Dan Lyons and Darren Nichols have gotten over the years for their creation of Rod Fellows and related projects, like, you can't do anything these days without getting picked on, without getting harassed, without getting bullied. And it's just, I think we should be able to close the door to all that noise and come somewhere we're accepted and come somewhere we have people we can trust and we have a certain kinship with, and we should just be able to close all our doors and drop all pretenses, drop the mask, and be good friends and talk out what we think is important about art, about the arts, and being able to talk about how things affect us and make us feel without judgment. Being able to share ideas openly, regardless of judgments, etc., with people. You know, I feel like people need to. I feel like we need to heal a lot more, and like, you know, we can't look toward the powers that be to do it because they're intent on destroying us. What we need to do is we need to come together as a community and be like, you know what? No, we have each other's backs. You can pick on him. You can pick on me. You can pick on her. You can pick on them. But at the end of the day, we have each other's back. And I think that's something that we need to kind of uphold a bit more. And I think it's actually like something the Rod Fellows movie of all things taught me. Like, there was no real thorough plot line going through the movie, except the Rod Fellows always have each other's backs. They're a bunch of jungle forest freaks. Don't get me wrong. They're a bunch of jungle forest freaks. They're a bunch of furries. But they have each other's backs. They care about each other. They care for each other. They, even when they're doing the wrong thing, which you can argue if you go and watch the movie, they do the wrong thing in the movie. But they do the wrong thing together. They always have each other's back even in doing the wrong thing. And I think there's something beautiful in that. That sense of camaraderie, brotherhood, sisterhood, kinship, just on full display, being like, you know, it doesn't matter what this sect thinks of me and my friends. It doesn't matter what that sect thinks of me and my friends. It matters that we have each other's backs. And I think, you know, even a lot of kids' movies lack that, like, that kind of simplistic positive messaging nowadays. So many kids' movies ever since I was even born, like the last 25 years, are about no one can tell you who to be who you want to be. But like, something they don't touch on is how hard it is to find other people who understand that and who accept that and who aren't looking for something specific from you. They don't talk about how hard it is to find people who accept and who trust and who look the other way at some of your less than positive traits. It only highlights like, oh yeah, you just be yourself and everything will work out. But they don't really go into how difficult that whole process can be, you know, not conforming to other people's insanity and not conforming to society and not conforming to other people's perceptions, you know. They don't really discuss how difficult of a path that actually is. They just kind of display it as this path of little resistance to no resistance. And I think it would be really wonderful, especially if I were to have a chance to work on a kids film that I have like directing and writing creative control over. I would really like to create a movie that kind of goes over how hard it is to actually like be someone who goes against the grain and to find other people who go against the grain. You know, it's not kids films when you're younger and you're growing up and you are an outsider. They're just like, oh yeah, well the outsider always wins, so it's going to turn out good for you at some point, and it just doesn't. for a long time, it doesn't turn out like that until you realize that you have to find those other kindred spirits. You have to find other people who are kind of on the fringes of society like yourself and build a safety net with them. Build something together. And then on the topic of Kolobi and Our Drawings, the movie, people said that was the worst film they've ever seen. It wasn't a good movie. It had, even when we're not talking about like film and my personal enjoyment and what I got out of the movie, there are things about that movie that are more redeemable than the Rodfellows movie. If you take them like side by side and were to be incredibly critical of them, Rodfellows doesn't have a through line plot. Rodfellows doesn't have fleshing out of its characters, etc. Rodfellows doesn't have good voice acting, and it doesn't have good animation. It has nothing going for it really off the top. It's very poorly created. Like it's just five huge things. Doesn't have memorable music, and it's all copyrighted. Like there's six huge things just going against it right off the bat. And then on the flip side, like Kolobi's Our Drawings is very cheaply made, all things considered. It is made by one person as well, much like the Rodfellows movie is a very small production crew. I'm pretty sure Kolobi was just one guy animating all of this in Blender. But even though the voice acting is here or there, it has a very good solid story that you can follow through from the beginning to the end. I don't want to spoil it in case you actually do want to go out there and watch Kolobi's Our Drawings, the princess movie. But it is, I feel like the movie itself is kind of a critique of the Barbie shitty. Vaguely, how's it going, my man? We're talking about films, and we are talking about I just came back from a long hiatus on YouTube. You may remember me as the guy who did We Are Number One live at a school talent show. I'm more or less coming back to YouTube and trying to not be like an edgy 15-year-old piece of shit from 2017 era, you know? More or less trying to come back with a fresh start and try and rebrand myself and talk about film and talk about creativity and spreading positivity a lot more than I used to be about. I'd really like to do that. But it is wonderful to have you here, Vaguely. We were going to close out here soon. It's so cool that you popped in just before the end of the stream. Hope you have a great rest of your day, dude. I'm not ending right this very second, but I'm just, hope you have a great one, man. Where was I? You seem like a great guy. Well, that's awesome, dude. You go back and watch the rest of my videos and tell me if you think I'm still a great guy. I don't think I'm the greatest guy to ever do it, I talked earlier in this stream about how I cheated on my ex-fiance because I had a bad abusive relationship before that. I've said some really fucked up things. I used to be this really, really edgy content creator who would say the N-word and who was kind of like parroting iDubbbz in a sense, old iDubbbz. But he changed and he became a better guy, in my opinion, and people genuinely got bad at him for not being a fucking racist piece of shit anymore. And I'm just kind of trying to follow suit. Your past doesn't define you, homie. I appreciate that a lot because I've been trying to distance myself from that past. I've been trying to distance myself from a past where I was a lot more of an easily frustrated person. I was a lot more critical of film and of art. I was a lot more narrow-minded to a lot of things. And one thing I do hate is narrow-minded motherfuckers and Nazi sympathizers. So I think opening my mind to more possibilities in an artistic sense prevented me from becoming what I like to call an art Nazi, and that's where you think you know better and you have this I'm supreme kind of mentality about art. And I was watching something really silly. It's called Our Movies. It is considered to be one of the worst movies ever created and put on YouTube. But I would really recommend if you go out there and give it a watch. It has so much charm to it that is outside of like the goofiness of how poorly made it is, and so is The Rodfellows. The Rodfellows is another movie I've spent a lot of time talking about. I would really like it if everyone would just watch The Rodfellows and our drawings and get back to me. and just be like, this is what I thought, this is what I didn't think, this is where I agreed, this is where I disagreed. Because I would really, 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 really like to just hear what people have to say about this movie, because it is so fucking underground, and a lot of people haven't talked about it or seen it or anything of the sort. I would really just like to hear and have a lot of people watch this fucking terrible movie that most people consider to be the worst thing ever created, and then get back to me on like what you actually enjoyed about it. Like, not to be your fucking English teacher and be like, you need to tell me the author's purpose, but like, no, tell me what you think the author's purpose was. Tell me what you think, what you gathered from this assignment, or this film, whatever boats your float, whatever floats your boat, man. But just watch it and come back to me and be like, yeah, I saw it. I thought this, and that. I agree with you here. I disagree here. Stuff like that. I think it's really, really interesting. I think a lot of it's really interesting, and I would just like to rebuild a community where we just kind of all have fun and enjoy movies and uplift each other. You know, I just want a good community where people aren't fucking trash talking and being evil pieces of shit, to put it lightly. I just don't want a yeah, I just don't want a I just don't want that. It's just not fucking productive to anyone. You know, a lot of people go online trying to get away from the bullshit in their real life and things that make them upset. Lady in the Water. I like that one. I've heard Lady in the Water is one of the worst films ever, and it is by M. Night Shyamalan, if I'm not mistaken. I would really like to give that a chance, actually, because I've heard everyone be like, oh, it's the worst fucking movie ever. It's another M. Night miss. And, like, don't get me wrong, he did make one of the worst movies I've ever seen, being the live-action Avatar The Last Airbender. But I would really like to watch Lady in the Water at some point and give you that kind of... give you the same respect and the same kind of expectations that I've just hoisted upon you, you know? I'd like to turn around and say, okay, let's watch Lady in the Water. Let's see what it is about. Let's see if it's as horrible as people say it is. You know, let's see, what do you have to say, my friend? I've heard a lot of people don't like it, but I enjoyed it and appreciated the acting and cinematography. Well, that's something I would like to look into as well, because so many people will say the acting is, like, for me personally, because I'm an actor, when I watch a movie, I notice a lot of where my attention goes is to how good the acting is. Everything else is really secondary to me. It's like, if this person cannot sell me that they're playing whoever they're playing, bad movie, right? I don't want to watch it. But, yeah, no, that's really interesting, because a lot of people will tell me, and I'm not the most technical guy when it comes to film review. I'm not the guy who's like, the music is on point, or this scene doesn't really fit with this music, or what the vibe that it's bringing. I'm not a musically gifted guy. I'm not the most gifted when it comes to camera work. I understand the rule of thirds, and that's about it. I can appreciate really good creative camera work, like in movies like Oldboy 2003, where there's a long hallway of just dudes fighting each other and it's all one shot, and it's like, wow, that is really creatively interesting, and you filmed that. You basically filmed that on this backdrop that makes it look like you're crammed into this hallway with this fight going on. And he also loves the soundtrack. Yeah. But just so I'm clear, that is the film. Actually, I have my computer's right next to me. I don't know why I'm asking you. My computer's right here. Let's turn it on. I will just look it up really fast. Make sure that I am crediting this movie properly, because there's Lady in the Water and then there's The Shape of Water, and they're both movies I've heard people say are not the greatest to ever come out, and I know one of them is by M. Night Shyamalan. Lady in the Water movie, 2006. Yeah, that's... Okay, one second. I have a shitty fucking pop-up that likes to come up on my computer here. Give me a second. I apologize, everybody. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay, so then I close that out. Lady in the Water is a 2006 American fantasy psychological thriller film written and directed by M. Night. Yeah, it's M. Night. I don't know. I was wondering if it's covered in a Philadelphia apartment pool. Well, I just read a summary of the movie, and like just hearing about it, it doesn't sound like the worst thing ever. It's pretty interesting. It has an interesting synopsis. I'm gonna close this before I read any further. I'm not gonna read any further on that. Something before I go, because I've talked about it. We are going to talk about, and we are going to watch a little teeny tiny bit. It's up right now. We are going to watch a little teeny tiny bit of the Rodfellows, just so you can get an idea of what I've become obsessed with. Because this is like,
My name
oh,
is Pinto.
that's a that's a little bit of a an early precursor. You heard it, but you didn't get to see it, right? I'm gonna try do it. Can I flip around the camera? Yes, I can. I can flip around the camera. Now we can see my computer. You can see my desktop. Here's the Rodfellows movie right here. You want to go to this is the full cut of the movie, Rodfellows Pookie Archive. And you want to find the video here. The whole movie is here. It is. Fuck. Where is it? Let me just click on it because we're gonna watch a little bit of it together here. The movie is a whopping hour and 57 minutes long. It is a whopping crazy hour and 57 minutes long. And it is this really, really creative, interesting, kind of utterly shitty. Here, I'll just let the movie talk for itself.
Where that sound is coming from? You know it. It's from the kitchen. Go check and see.
This is the
You
Rodfellows.
got it.
Ah, why hello there, big boy. How you doing?
What are you cooking?
You'll see, and you'll like it.
If it's something that I like, well, I'm getting even hungrier.
Heck, I know you eat a lot of food.
I'm doing a little bit of
don't
camera work here, but this is fucking insane. I've been obsessed with this for the last month.
When it comes to foxes like me who are looking for delicious food.
you? Anyway, you go do other fun stuff while I get other things ready, especially for what my finger is pointing at.
Well, I'm
Like, listen to this fucking dialogue, man. Who wrote this? I'll tell you who wrote this. Dan P. fucking Lyons,
Yes, I
man.
did. What's in there?
And it's amazing.
I like. Oh, I know what it is.
Here, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I don't mean to fuck you off if you were getting really into this monstrosity, but what interests me the most is like half of the voice cast. Like if you listen to Finto, who's this purple rabbit guy right here, he's kind of fucking difficult to understand. But then Cody,
Correct, sir.
he's a lot more legible.
Let's just wait patiently for the...
She has good fucking and then this girl, she has like you can understand her, but she has a very pronounced lisp, if that makes sense. Like you can very clearly hear the lisp in her voice. And what do you call it? If we just skip through the movie, I want to find some parts. There's some parts where you really can't fucking understand a word anyone like Cody and Hash Brown, who's this little wolf dog character, and Finto are actually some of the easiest to understand in this movie, and then everyone else is like next to impossible to understand just because of how bad the mic quality is and like how amateurish it is. Like here we go. Here's a perfect scene. This pink mouse character, you can't understand like a fucking word she says. Neither can you understand this guy. This guy is like, oh my god, he's the key to everything. This guy right here, he knows everything. He knows something we don't know. He's everything and he is nothing. He is all, he is one. Like, it's utterly fucking insane how crazy this is and how crazy I am. I understand if you've clicked off just because I'm fucking showing you Weird Furry the movie, but it is so interesting. What do you call it? This character right here, her name is Alice. She kind of has like this motherly personality. Like that's the only thing I can kind of gather about her. She's kind of motherly. I'm gonna full screen it. She's kind of motherly. She's very soft spoken, but like her actress, you can't understand or hear really what she's trying to say. And I apologize. My speakers aren't the best either right now. I'm currently using my fucking headset blasted to 100 because it's a very decent quality headset for speakers on my computer. I'm gonna move it closer to the speakers, or I'm gonna move the speakers closer to us, and then we're gonna listen. We're gonna have a little listen to this part.
Oh, hey. I distinctly heard you. And you knew I had left the house.
And what are you doing now?
It's an easy guess. I'm just having the forest gain more trees.
More trees?
Yeah.
At least, can you tell me what the point of that is?
Well, I just figured that considering this is a forest, it should have more trees.
Okay, for those of you who didn't understand a word they just fucking said, it's understandable. I have watched this movie 9 fucking times, I think, because I'm just utterly insane and they've rotted my brain to the core. Um, she is very, very unintelligible, and the only things I could grasp from that is I could hear you distinctly, and then isn't it obvious? I'm here planting trees, and then our little friend here, Widner, or as I like to call him, Winger, because in this film, within the first I believe 20 minutes, yeah, within the first 20 minutes, that Blue Fox character Cody, this guy's name is Widner, Widenar, Widnar. Like it's a weird fucking name, but the voice actor doesn't know how to pronounce his fucking name, so he just calls him Winger at one point earlier in the movie. So it's become a inside joke between me and my friend who are very 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 not involved with this movie, but very very enthralled by it. It's become a inside joke, or whenever we see each other, we'll be like, "Ah, my good friend Winger." Like, this movie is just peak comedy. It's peak comedy. It has so much passion put behind it, even though this is like really, really cheaply made. Like, another fun fact: the director of this, Dan P. Lyons, he voices this little puppy character who looks like Parappa the Rapper. He voices him. He voices Finto, who's this purple rabbit guy. Oh, I went back by accident. He voices. He voices. No, come on. He voices Finto, that purple rabbit guy right here. He voices that little dog I just showed you who looks like Parappa the Rapper. He voices him. He voices. He also has a fucking cameo where he plays himself later on in the movie. Where is it? Oh my god! And then we have the fucking this thing. We can go over this really quick because I am streaming, but I'm not streaming from my PC. Every fucking day, if someone can help me out with this, I get this fucking bullshit that I can't skip. It used to let me skip it, but now I can't fucking skip it. I have to go through all 9 of these fucking phases where they're like, "Oh yeah, do you want to give us money now? How about now? How about now? How about now?" And it's like, "No, I don't want to give you money because I don't watch fucking porn on my computer and I don't need antivirus protection. The biggest fucking virus on my computer is you doing this shit to me every time I boot it up. This should be fucking legal. Like, I should be able to not have to deal with this. But no." Either way, so as I was saying, he voices Parappa the Rapper, he voices Purple Bunny, he voices, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the evil characters, one of the antagonists of the film, Zayden, who was the skinny squirrel and not the fat squirrel. Or chipmunk, I don't even know what the fuck they are. Dan Lyons doesn't even know what they are. Finto also plays, not to spoil the whole film for you, but Dan Lyons, who plays Finto, who also plays Parappa the Rapper, who also, I believe, plays this chipmunk squirrel character, Zayden. You can see it on his name, on his jacket. It says his name right there. No, it's Xander. That's Xander. That one's Zayden. So you can see he plays Xander, I believe. He plays Zayden. Okay, I appreciate that vaguely. Press Control Shift plus Escape. I'm gonna screenshot that really quick. I apologize for my hand being in the way of the camera. I'm gonna screenshot that very quick so I can refer to that later and hope that works because that is so fucking frustrating. But yeah, he voices that purple rabbit. He also voices this yellow rabbit who's like his piss stained evil cousin, or like his piss stained evil version. We talked about fat characters and inflation, and I'm just gonna say that this is in the movie. This character, who is also played by Dan Lyons, like the creator of this series. He plays both Bunty Roo, as her name is. It's Bunty, Bunty Roo. And this is Widner and Finto. So he plays all 3 of these characters who are in this scene right now. Um,
Yes.
and it's just him with a
After
voice
talking to
modulator
me, all I
on.
could say is they're always up to no
Fuck.
good.
Trying to
Get
not
it,
spoil the
Toime?
whole movie for
No
you.
good.
Of course I can.
You can do it, Bunty.
Yes, you can.
If you actually do,
Oh yeah, and this is one of my other favorite parts of the movie. This is where they are employing Bunty Roo, the big fat kangaroo lady, to crush their opposition with her fat fucking belly. Like, it's a part of the movie, and then it never gets followed up on. They're just like, yeah, we need to go to Kangarville to get Bunty Roo so she can crush our enemies with her big fat fucking belly. She's like 10 feet tall. And then it never happens. There's like there's like 33 minutes of movie left and it never happens. Stuff like that happens all over in this movie. I'll have to see about uninstalling McAfee because I do want to get rid of that, but I don't know. I just don't want my computer to fucking crash on me the moment I uninstall McAfee or anything like that. We're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop after this next clip. I want to show you. Not a clip, but I want to show you a cameo. All right, I hope so. I'm gonna warn you very, very fucking quickly, my friend Vaguely. I am what they call, yeah, I'm what they call very, very technologically stupid. Like, I'm 25 years old and I have like a geriatrics understanding of technology, if that makes sense to you. But this is Dan Lyon's OC. This is Danny the cat, Danny that tricolored cat, and that is the final character that they voiced, to my understanding and to my knowledge. I would have to look back at the filmography, and there are so many fucking troll lolcow sites up for this movie, and it makes me mad because I genuinely want to know who worked on this film. Yeah, but we have in this scene alone, there are two characters that are voiced by Dan P. Lyons, that being Dan Lyons himself, who's right here, that tricolored cat, who's actually four different colors, but it doesn't matter. And then Finto Stenson, who is supposed to be like our perspective character of this film and of the Rod Fellows series in general. I find this to be one of the most utterly insane, fucking ass backwards films to ever be created, but I love it so much. I can't even describe my love for the Rod Fellows like IP. I've gone back and you can see here if you go to Rod Fellows and then you look up the Rod Fellows archive. I'm getting a notification on my phone. Okay, let me just get rid of that. It's some fucking weather report I don't need. There's so many reviews of the Rod Fellows movie out too. There's this Rod Fellows, the Rod Fellows reacting to the Rod Fellows movie because I have no life, stream archive, like, and then there's the movie reaction. There's so many different reactions to it. The Rod Fellows 5-year anniversary full feature. Yeah. Here's the I don't even know what this is. This looks like something else made by a fucking Then there's Brony Reviews, the Rod Fellows movie, plus warning about Peppermint City Entertainment. I don't know anything about that. Rod Fellows is uninspired trash. I would go against the grain with all of these movies and all of these reviews. I would like to go and maybe watch one of these reviews next time I stream and just kind of have a live reaction to some of their reviews and critiques. Yeah, and here's the Dan P. Lyons archive of content. As you can see, here's all of his Rod Fellows. And then, like, if you just gave me like it started with really awful text-to-speech audio. Something I noticed when I went back and watched a lot of it, because I've gone through the fucking archives with a fine-tooth comb at this point. My friend and I, Mike was showing me showed me this series, and I owe him all the credit. Like, in the early days, like, it's just very cute. This is adorable. Like, this is utterly adorable. And if I didn't know any better, and I saw my kids watching this on their phone or something, like if I were to have kids and I was watching and I saw them playing, like watching this on their phone or whatever, I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd be like, oh my god, this is fucking adorable. Get my kid a fucking Finto the bunny fucking stuffed animal. Get him a Samantha the cat. Like, they deserve it. It's cute. Like you can watch the evolution of Rodfellows. It started here in like early 2013. Then in between the movie and where we are now, we got animation more like this. So the art style evolved. It's not fucking phenomenal. It's not groundbreaking, but it evolves. You can just like kind of go back and like very clearly see the evolution of an artist here. And then there's let's see if we can get some stuff that came out around the same time as the movie. This is like third generation Rodfellows, where it like kind of tries to blend the original art style and the newer art style they had. Then we get to the movie around the era of the Rodfellows movie. Which I'm trying to find right now. Do you believe this is it? Yeah, and then here's the newest art style. This is like the art style for the movie. But if you go just a teeny tiny bit further, just the slightest bit further, there's a new account run by Dan Lyons, and I want to shout this out right now. SDH Triplicity, which is the last names of three of the main characters, being Samantha and Cody and Finto. I moved the camera down. That's Samantha, that's Cody, that's Finto. So SDH Triplicity is just about the three main characters, or they're going to become main characters now. That's kind of been a big cast ensemble. Has a very large ensemble cast. I also think he has actors for every single one of these characters, or these characters are someone's OCs that he just like constantly updates to the Rodfellows. And it's like, man, how do I get into the Rodfellows? I want to be a Rodfellow. Like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean you guys get to be in the Rodfellows and I don't? And he's got separate accounts. They're either run by him or they're run by friends of his who are involved in the project. You can see advanced characters, which I don't really know what advanced characters means. No one knows what advanced characters means yet. Maybe they're like super duper rare. Recurring cast is like people who are very frequently on the Rodfellows. And then there's like one more you tap to the side. Main cast is like everyone who's going to be in the main shows, and the honchos are the title characters. Finto Stenson, Cody Denden, and Samantha Hala. There's Akihiro Wanatabe, Camden Lawrence, Widner Glover, his brother James Glover, or Jimmy Glover, if you know him. Alice Mousegest. Wait, we just went past that. H.B. Wolfgang, or Hash Brown Wolfgang. Roxvix, Claire Myers, Ricardo Glordando, Marion Moonstone, Hazel Lolopotamus, Reginald Peckerton. Like, it's this cute little series he makes for no one but himself anymore. And I've kind of fallen down the rabbit hole, and I'm very, very happy to say that I have. You know, I think this has been a era of healing for me, just watching this fucking, for lack of better words, utterly kind of brain dead art for the sake of art. All right, let's read the description to SDH Triplicity, because I haven't actually done that. Hello, we are SDH Triplicity. I'm Finto Stenson, the leader of the group, while Cody Denden is the second in command and Samantha Hala is the third honcho. The remaining members include Akihiro Wanatabe, Camden Lawrence, Widner and James Glover, Alice Chippy Mousegeist, Hash Brown H.B. Wolfgang, Roxanne Roxvix Brady, Claire Myers, Ricardo Glorando, Marion Moonstone, Hazel Lolopotamus, and Reginald Reggie Peckerton, with supporting members Vignette Stenson, Ruthie Reyes, Mevin Sablich, Maxim and Deidre Smirnov, Gideon Fredericks, and Napoleon Abbott. Interested in new uploads? Subscribe now and click the bell for all notifications. Thank you. Vinto Sensen, lead honcho of SDH Triplicity. SDH Triplicity, its former names and subsequent series and shows are property of Computer Whiz Kid Media Group for purposes of copyright. Shows are property of DLE for the purposes of production and distribution for the appropriate channels. Give me a brief description of what trauma you went through. There is no brief fucking description, okay? There isn't a brief way to summarize the last 8 years of my life, sister or brother. I don't know. They, them. I don't know what you would rather me call you by vaguely. You're very vague. But I can't put that into words briefly. You want me to put that into words for you briefly? Undiagnosed autistic, spousal abuse, bad time, wrong place, wrong time. That's how I'd put it. Wrong place, wrong time. Parental and marital abuse. If you really want me to. All kinds of abuse. What are you fucking talking about? From my parents, physical and emotional and neglectful. From my partners, everything you can imagine. I've been sexually abused by my partners. I've been emotionally manipulated, physically abused. You name it, man. Jeez. I'm very glad that you're just like, oh yeah, you have to be really kind of fucked up to unironically enjoy the Rodfellows. I'm not gonna fucking tell you no. I'm not gonna fucking defend. Something that's even more autistic. You know what's even more autistic in my opinion, and I don't mean this as an insult to autistic people, being one myself, but you know it's like the most autistic thing I've ever fucking seen. Let's see if it's still there. Is it still there? Yes, it's still there. What are Salad Saiyan videos, right? What the fuck even is this? What if Goku learned fusion early and he's fused with Piccolo and Piccolo's Super Saiyan and he's doing the fucking no finger wag? Like, oh my god, what is this? Why? What is this? And then we got, like, what's in my fucking... It's mouth washing. That makes sense. I like mouth washing. Shotgun Willie. I do love me some Shotgun Willie. Yu-Gi-Oh! Chase Chaos Charge Episode 10 Backstab Animated. Is this like someone's Go Animate Yu-Gi-Oh! Series? I might have to watch that later. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I ask direct questions so that I can get to know who you are. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being direct, because when you're a little bit on the spectrum and you have a little bit of autism, and I'm a little bit in awe of my own tism, it helps when you're direct, because if you're not and you're kind of wishy-washy with what the fuck you want, you're going to get a wishy-washy answer, you know? Here. Let me view your account. I'm gonna stalk you right now vaguely. See what the fuck you're on about, man. I mean, you know so much about me now, but I don't know anything about you because you're so vague. Yeah, let me flip around my camera again. We've spent enough time on the Rod fellas. We have spent enough time on the Rod. Thank you. I don't mean to mute myself. I apologize. But yeah, my friend Michael got me very into, not very into, but he tried getting me back into Sammy Classic Sonic Fan, which is kind of the same vein, kind of like laugh with them, laugh at them kind of comedy most people get into, with the like Rod Fellows, and I just don't see the appeal of Sam so much as I do the Rod Fellows. Like the Rod Fellows, there's new content. There's always something to make you smile. It's goofy. Okay, feel free to ask me direct to ask me directly questions. I'll be leaving in approximately 10 minutes. Are you someone who knows me from the past, or did you just kind of wander in here today? Did you just kind of, like, come on in? Or were you subscribed previously? Oh, I came across your feed. Interesting. Fun fact. Where can I go from there? So, fun fact. I'm like a washed up YouTuber who has like one video with like 1.5 million views from like 10 years ago or something, and yeah, most of my videography and my fan base, so to speak, comes from that. And I'm trying to like move away from that and do stuff where I just kind of talk and watch stuff and smile and laugh with people. And I'm not really trying to bully the creator of, like, let me make sure this is entirely clear. I'm gonna set you up so that we're looking eye to eye here. I love the Rodfellas. I don't. There's no irony here. Oh, you're a crisis intervention specialist. That's so cool. I used to work in mental health myself. I was a mental health technician, and then the hospital I worked at was incredibly abusive towards patients, so I don't ever want to do that again. Ever. Ever. Don't let me ever find out you're not doing your job, because I will fuck you up. Because you're doing something fucking fantastic, and frankly, if you fail, you failed me. You've failed me, like, immensely if you fuck that up, because like crisis prevention and crisis management is so fucking important. And when I was working and doing that job, I had someone who would actively try to make a crisis on my staff while I was trying to de-escalate crises in a mental health facility, and that is fucking pure evil. Absolutely pure evil. I think that's fantastic. I hope you take what you do and you just keep making lives better with that, because that's a fucking great thing that you're doing if you're taking your job seriously. Like, we need more people like you in the world, and I wish I could like reclaim that bit of distrust I have in human beings and in the human race. Because that's like an amazing thing. And when I worked in mental health and I was a technician, I genuinely wanted to make sure everyone was as comfortable as possible, and they had the proper treatment, and they were getting spoken to with respect. That's very important to me. Developing unprecedented projects, especially toward the sex trafficking side of things. That's interesting. That's horrible. I mean, what you're dealing with is horrible. Like, obviously, having to help people recover from people being sexually abusive to them or being put through a drug trade or a sex trade is fucking horrific. And like, you're a very strong person for going out of your way to manage and to try and help these people, especially young children. I think that is utterly fantastic. And like, I'm gonna take a moment here. Everyone, I have a new viewer. Their name is Vaguely. They work with people in crisis, and they work in rape prevention and in helping people in crisis to come to somewhere they need to be mentally, and so they're not fucking in distress. And I think that's fucking beautiful. If you make any kind of content, Vaguely, it is spelled how you would spell vaguely. Their icon is a little fucking pixie character. Please fucking support anything they do. If they start streaming, if they have videos up, I haven't looked, but please give them some fucking charity, give them some good energy, because they're not doing nothing but putting it out there into the world. And that's phenomenal. We need a lot more people like that. I would really like to help you in any way I could. I'm not financially stable right now, but if there is anything I could do to help you out, like if you have a website I can link or something, I would really love to do that, just so people know how great of a thing you're doing, and so that these kids are getting as much help as physically possible. No, you are a conduit for people to recover. That's not. Don't fucking disparage yourself and make less large than it is. I'm sorry, I cut out there for a second, but don't disparage yourself and make like this amazing altruistic thing you're doing seem so small. You know, you're not doing something small. What you're doing is actually fucking massive and like way more thoughtful and important than anything I've ever done, or anything a lot of people can say that they'll ever do for this society and for people at large. You know, look at me, man. I'm fucking sitting here talking to you about the fucking Rod Fellows. What are you doing? You're out here helping people who've been sex trafficked and helping to make them come to a place where they're comfortable in their own bodies and where they're comfortable in society and where they have someone to support them. That is a fucking massive thing, and like no one I know of is fucking doing that. I'm sorry, that's playing. Someone's playing in my fucking background here.
You need to actually earn your keep.
Because it did that stupid thing we were just talking about, and I haven't had a chance to fuck with it.
And its champions team to figure out which of them actually
Yeah, get rid of this shit. I don't want that shit. Get rid of that. What I was saying is you are doing something amazing, and you're trying to make something fantastic you're doing seem like something insignificant and unimportant, when what you're doing is possibly the most important thing that anyone who's going to tune into this stream is doing. It's not kind words, it is truth. If you don't like the truth, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Genuinely, I don't know what to tell you. You want me to lie to you instead? You want me to be like, oh, you shouldn't be saving children who've suffered sexual abuse? Like, no, sorry, I'm not a Republican. Sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. It's not your responsibility. That's the thing. It should be the responsibility of people in power, of great positions of power, to do what you're doing on a much larger scale, and they're not doing it. If you believe God put you here to do that, then my friend, you are his greatest fucking soldier, and you have followed his instructions to the T, right? I am not the most spiritual person when it comes to Christianity, but if you are, you seem like someone who's actually a good Christian. You're not one of those Christians who's like, you know, God said to forgive and to help other people and to be altruistic, but I hate fucking black people. Like, you don't seem like one of those people. So I want to give you your credit, and I want to give you your roses, extra, for being a fucking actual Christian who believes what their book says. You win today. You're having a good day. You're about to have to hop out. I don't have to go anywhere, but I'm a little bit tired. It's been about 2 hours of me streaming. I've been just talking nonstop. I haven't had any water or anything. I think I'm gonna go get something to eat because I haven't really eaten. I'm gonna get something to drink, and I'm going to let you get back to doing basically God's work. And I hope those children are able to understand and accept your help, and they're able to feel that you're coming from a place of goodness and of healing rather than a place of wanting to take advantage. All right, you too, man. Have a great day. I'm going to sign out here. It's really cool that you seem to think that God has some pretty deadly plans for me. I think that's pretty crazy. I think that's cool. I don't necessarily want to be a bringer of death, but I do want to see justice served, and I do want to see human suffering eliminated. So amen to that, brother. That being said, everyone who's going to tune in, I don't know if this is going to upload. I hope you enjoy it. To anyone who has, you know, gone back and forth with me today, even if you were that asshole who was trying to pick on me, I hope you have a good day, man. Peace out. Praying for you too, vaguely.